Hey everybody, it's Dave here, Holiday for Two, and we are at Morristown today doing some boondocking this weekend. Morristown, Arizona, and population about 200, I think, a little over 200. But we're going to do some trips today, take some rides out San Domingo Wash, which is just west of here, and check out the mine road that goes up San Domingo Wash. And there's an old place called Anderson Mill Mine up there, so maybe we'll get that far. It's just a beautiful day though. It's about looks like it's supposed to be about 71, 72 today. So just getting everything ready to go. I aired down my tires on the Jeep. Let's see how that goes. Took them down to about 19 or 18 pounds each to make a nice soft ride for the trip out there. But show you around here. This is state trust land that we're on, and it's just off what's called Castle Hot Springs Road. And right out here, this road right here, you can't see in the video, but there's a road right here. This is Castle Hot Springs Road. And just about a quarter mile up from where we're camped right here, it turns to dirt. And then from there on, it's dirt all the way if you want to take it to a place called Castle Hot Springs. Now, I don't think we're going to get there today, but one of these days we'll do a trip out there. But if you go about a mile up the road and then turn left and go down a dirt road, you'll get to what's called San Domingo Wash. So that's where we're going to go today. And I'll show you some drone shots of the area. This is Morristown, Arizona, and Castle Hot Springs Road. If you take it all the way around, it actually winds up at Lake Pleasant. And if you kick it all the way around, and then there's another way to go up another road that takes you up to Crown King. But this is a state trust land, so technically you can stay here up to 14 days with a state trust recreation permit, which runs about $20. And if you don't have one of those, I'll show you the website where you can go get one. They're really easy. You can go on to the Arizona State Arizona State Trust Land website and get your permits right there online for like 20 bucks. But this is a real popular boondocking spot and also offloading area. Let me show you around here. There's some people who are already here offloading their vehicles. There's a couple other campers over there in their toy haulers and trailers. And let's see, we got a couple motorhomes. And then over here's another fifth wheel, and then there's an old bus over there somebody's parked. So the stay limit here is 14 days, but honestly, I'd never seen anybody come out and check permits and stuff. But it's a nice level spot here. It's right off Castle Hot Springs Road. We're about a mile from the, I guess you'd call it the Morristown city limits. Goes back down the road about a mile, then you officially get into Morristown, maybe a half mile. But there's also places up here where people, you see here comes a toy hauler right here. There's places up on San Domingo Wash where you can boondock up there. It's all, that's still state trust land. But nice camping area, a little nice level spots all through here. But it's also a popular spot for offloading because people like to offload their razors and ATVs in this area. So you kind of like a multi-use share area right here. Here goes another toy hauler. So anyway, take a ride up to Anderson Mill Road, Anderson Mill Mine, and San Domingo Wash. So let's get ready to take a ride.
So someday when my ship comes in, I know just what we'll do. We'll pack our bags and quit our jobs and have a holiday for two.
We decided to take a few days and head up to Morristown, Arizona to do some boondocking and some exploring mines in the area. This building you see here is actually an old hotel, general store, and was once a gas station that's along Highway 60, and it's for sale, believe it or not. So you travel, Route 60 goes from Phoenix all the way up to Kingman, and through Kingman, then eventually up to Las Vegas. It's very heavily traveled highway, especially on long weekends. So we got settled into our campsite, got everything set up, decided to just relax for a little while and take some shots of the area. This is the boondocking area that I was telling you about. This is all state trust land, and it's often used by people to offload their ATVs and off-road vehicles, but it's also used a lot for people who want to just camp there, maybe in their toy haulers, and then spend a couple nights there. And it's very quick and easy to get up to Castle Hot Springs Road from this area. And the views are just incredible sometimes. I took the drone up to kind of show you. If you just look over the top of these hills here, you can look right into Phoenix from through the top here. So we decided to take a drive. The next day we got up and took a drive up to San Domingo Wash. And in just a minute, as we go through the wash here, what you see there on the road is somebody was leaking water on the road from one of their toy haulers. There's a large area up here where you can park. And this is in the San Domingo Wash area. A lot of guys take their trailers, toy haulers, and even motorhomes up in here and camp. The road is a little bit rough, but not completely unnavigable. As you can see, these folks got their rigs up here. But it is a little rough, so you want to go slow and take your time. And if you're kind of squeamish about hitting rocks and some ridges, then you might want to hit the spot that we showed you earlier on the spot that we stayed at. I'm not always one to like to take my rig up rough roads, but some people are okay with that. As long as you go slow, you should be okay. Took a couple stops along the mine road. We took the mine road up, and there's places that are some interesting stops. This is an old well that somebody built long ago for cattle. I'm assuming they maybe had kept horses in here or burros. There's also active mines, so whenever you see these signs, that means watch out. These are active mines, and this is a current mine that is on private land that's being built. And I'm not sure, I took the drone up to see what was going on. This is all new building construction up there. So there is currently active mining in the area, so watch where you go and just be respectful of property as you're driving around. Most of this is state trust land, some of this is BLM land, but there is also private land and claims. And every now and then you will see a sign off to the side of the road, and if you see a sign that says claim, badge required, then just be respectful of that, like right there. And the road, the mine, this is the old mine road. This is the road that was used for many, many years. Large trucks would go up here and take ore out of the mica mine, the Anderson Mill Mine. And during World War II, the Anderson Mill Mica Mine was used to mine mica, which I believe was used for insulation, like in airplanes and some of the machinery that was used during World War II. In just a minute, you'll see that. The road is pretty easy drive. I wouldn't take it in a car, but if you have a high-profile vehicle or pickup truck, you should be able to do it okay, even in two-wheel drive. But there are a few spots where you want to watch out. It can be a little scary, especially if you're in a small vehicle. And this is the rest of the way. As you go over the hill, you'll drop down into the San Domingo Wash. Right up ahead there, you'll see at the bottom of this hill is the San Domingo Wash, and if you follow that wash all the way up, you will wind up at the Anderson Mill Mica Mine. I'm not sure they ever got anything else out of here. It may have been possible that they got some other kinds of ore out of here, but this was mainly used for mica. There are a lot of other mines in the area that were used for gold mining and stuff. I'll even show you some of those in just a moment in the pictures. But these were areas where some of the mica was offloaded in trucks, then hauled back up the mine road that we're taking there, and then taken back into town and used for insulation and different things that they would use mica for. Nice drive. Lots of active mine claims in the area, and we just had fun driving the Jeep around and kind of exploring some of the sites that we could see, and of course taking some drone shots. I had to get some drone shots. I mean, why not, you know? And let my wife drive the Jeep, and then I was busy running the drone. And we were tired and ready to go back and make some tacos. Alright, getting ready to start the camp tacos in a few minutes.
on my Blackstone griddle. This is a 17-inch Blackstone griddle. I got my spatula, got my ground beef here, a pound of ground beef. So I'm gonna put that on first and get that cooking. And then when that gets good and cooked, then I'll start my tortillas. So yum, yum. All right, let's see how they look. Ooh, yes. I'm just making a few tortillas here for my wife and I. And then the ground beef there. You can use, this is a pound of ground beef. And I put some chili powder on there and some salt, or a garlic salt, it's good. Did my tortillas with coconut oil. Use some coconut oil for my tortillas. But I also have some olive oil here that's good too. You can use that. And then we got our fixins over here. Got the shredded lettuce, the shredded cheese, and our plates, and we're good.
And boy, were we tired. It was a busy day. So our stomachs were full. We sat down and enjoyed some drinks and refreshments and enjoyed the full moon. Full moon on one side and a beautiful sunset on the other. And the colors, oh my goodness. The picture just doesn't do it justice. The colors were incredible. The oranges and purples. So please hit subscribe, like, and share. And stay tuned in just a moment. I'm going to show you some of the places that we went to on the Google Maps and give you some more information. Bye. Morristown and where we camped here and where we did our boondocking. Now this is Morristown, Arizona. It's about 20 miles north of Phoenix, Sun City, Phoenix, and probably about 15 miles south of Wickenburg. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can kind of see where it is. It's along the Highway 60, which is the highway that runs from Phoenix and take you, of course, up to Wickenburg and eventually up to Kingman if you want to go to Las Vegas. That's the major route to go to Las Vegas from Phoenix. But in Morristown, Arizona, this little historical town, I was wrong. I thought the city limits actually came out farther than where we were. But this red line right here is the city limits of Morristown. Population 200, I believe. And where we boondocked is over here in state trust land. Let me zoom in here for you. These are some private residences, and the speed limit through here is 25, so they kind of like you to watch that. It's all paved road up until about right here. I think it turns to dirt road up here, just a little bit north of the boondocking spot. But this is the area where we boondocked, right in here. And this is all state trust land, and I'll give you a link at the end of this video to show you how to get your state trust permit. Now, I recommend you get one. It's $20 for a year. There are some people who probably camp here and don't have a permit. And honestly, you could probably camp here for months and months during the year, or weeks and weeks, and nobody will say anything to you. But there's always that one possibility that there's one sheriff comes out and he's just having a bad day and he might go by and start checking permits, and I'd hate to be that one guy that gets checked for permits and you didn't have one. I don't know what the fine is, but for 20 bucks it's probably better to get a CYA permit, and that way you're covered, you know. And if you don't know what CYA means, just look it up. But it's always good to have that protection. And 20 bucks. Hey, it helps out the state of Arizona. So anyway, this is the boondocking spot. It's nice and big, lots of room. And just something I've been boondocking here for a couple of years, and I did not realize that this little trail right here actually takes you south and skirts these private residences here. So please be careful when you're riding out here on an ATV. Respect the landowners out here, because you want to kind of not stir up a lot of dust. That's what really tick them off. There is a trail that comes down along here, and then I noticed there were a lot of razors coming out this trail, and that's where they were coming from. Just take this little trail over here to a huge boondocking spot that I didn't even know about. And I found it here on Google Maps. And apparently this has been here for a while, but it's a nice big area which is south of there. And the only way I can figure that you get to it is from the 74 down here along Highway 74. So one of these days I'm going to check it out. I think there's a gate right here that you have to open and then you drive up. There's places here you can camp and boondock. This is all state trust land, I'm going to say. It could be BLM. I'll double check on that and let you know at the end of the video. But I did notice a lot of people boondocking in that spot, so that was kind of interesting. It's kind of a new find over there. And a lot of the people there had huge toy haulers and riding their Can-Ams and Razors right up this trail. And it wasn't a problem. The noise was never a problem. Of course, it wasn't a busy weekend. Although it was a 3-day weekend we were there, but it wasn't like a like a Memorial Day weekend or something. There were a lot of Razors, but dust was never an issue where we were. We were kind of camped right in these little bushes right here. So anyway, this is Morristown. We took a ride up here to San Domingo Wash and kind of poked around just looking at some of the, there's also boondocking spots up here. This is a little bit rougher to get to, but there were a lot of people up in this area with toy haulers, Class C's. I saw Class A parked up in here. So if you're willing to take this bumpy road and to go slow and nice and easy, you can make it. By the way, there are groups that meet out here on occasion, like the Gold Prospectors Association of Arizona. They meet out here and have meetings. And it is a very popular spot for prospecting. As we took our ride up the mine road, we could see people parked off to the side of the mine road here doing prospecting as well as camping, maybe both. And this mine road, if you follow this mine road, and I zoom out a little bit and just keep following the old mine road, you'll actually come to a place called the Anderson Mill Mica Mine. That's right here. I'll show you some pictures in the video of that. This is an old mica mine that's up there, and that's one of the popular spots for people to go to, just to kind of, sometimes they go up there with their Razors and Jeeps, park and have lunch. There's a little shady spot underneath. Let me show you a picture. Yeah, there's a little spot here underneath here where you can pull up your Razors and park and go under here and kind of eat your lunch. And watch out for the bees. There are lots of bees that hang out in the silo over one of the little silos off to the side. But that's kind of a fun ride, you know, mica mine. And there's an old luxury gold mine up here. Oh my gosh, yeah, all kinds of things to see. If you're into the history of mining in this part of the country and you like to do desert riding in your Jeep or four-wheel drive vehicle, this is a great area to get up into. And there's an old what's called the Underwood site here. There was a family here that lived up here a long time ago. There's actually a little graveyard here, the Underwood site. I don't know if there's any pictures there that actually show it, but I've been there. There's a couple of graves and stuff marked there. And if you take all these trails up here, oh my goodness, you can just, little things that I've marked and tagged the places that we've been up to. So anyway, that's north of Morristown, up along Castle Hawk Springs Road. So if you ever get out there and get a chance to boondock, great little spot right there. That's state trust land. And the stay limit on there is 14 days. So I hope you can get up there and take a look. I'll show you some more stuff in the video as I go.